14 minutes, 7 seconds. 28 hours, 14
Would you stop
minutes.
with the countdown, please?
Sure. You've got Parents' Day in the bag.
What? Okay, you Einstein, me, brain dead.
I mean, your parents aren't homicidal maniacs.
I thought Kate and Jeff were getting along great.
I'm not talking about Kate.
Whoa. Your mom's coming tomorrow? Oh, man. I should sell tickets. Remember that time at camp when they both came to pick you up?
Don't remind me.
Oh, can't you just ask your mom not to come?
Sure. If I want to start a nuclear custody war.
Maybe they won't start screaming this time.
Yeah. Maybe Mr. Armstrong will tell your parents about the D on your last math test.
How much time do we have left?
28 hours, 13 minutes, 17 seconds. 28 hours, 13 minutes, 16 seconds. 28 hours, 13 minutes, 15 seconds.
Hello friends, I'm Mary and I talk all things Degrassi. Today I'm going to talk about the 5th episode of the Next Generation Season 1, Parents' Day. It's a daytime parent-teachers conference at Degrassi, but Toby doesn't want his parents in the same room. They're divorced for a reason. They fight a lot. When it's time to discuss Toby's problems at school, the former couple gets ratchet about it until he snaps and reminds him that he's responsible for his own faults.
It was only once, but still. Skipping a class, even once at this grade level.
What is going on here?
One class. I got carried away in the computer lab.
I thought moving in with you and June Cleaver was supposed to be good for Toby's grades. Wasn't that the point?
What are you saying?
Dad, come on.
Saying maybe we need to reassess Toby's living arrangements.
Don't threaten me.
Hey, that's your game.
What? And breaking commitments is yours? That's why Toby lives with me.
Mr. and Mrs. Isaacs, these are common problems for many students.
So it's my fault? Jeff, let's not even get into the reasons why I left, okay?
Reasons why you left? There's only one reason, Anne-Marie. Your career. Your career that meant so much more to you than we ever did. That's why Toby lives with me, and he'll never be with you.
Mom! Dad! Yeah, my assignment was late. Who's to blame? Video games. I'm telling you, they're destroying my generation.
Toby, this isn't a joke.
I'm not joking, okay? I don't have an excuse, but Dad can't do my homework for me or make sure I go to class. It's my life, right? So it's my problem. Stop blaming each other and then using me as another excuse to argue. Because it's not fair. I'll try harder. I promise.
Moving on? All right then. Let's take a look at some of the recent test results.
Toby's mom is a casting agent for a modeling agency, and being his stepsister, Ashley feels emboldened to proposition her for an opportunity. Issue is, Paige also wants to be a model too. She tries to sabotage a friend's opportunity again, only for Toby's mom to be way more interested in someone else instead.
Ashley, you have my permission to keep this monkey in line.
Oh, I will, don't you worry. And it was a pleasure to see you again. An absolute joy. By the way, something to remember me by.
If you're interested in acting, give me a call. You have an interesting look.
Emma is uncomfortable that Degrassi advertises a program demonizing inner-city kids. Despite Principal Radish telling her that the school gets enough funding from the program to provide free computers for lower-income students, Emma is determined
Mr.
to make
Radish,
her
could I
voice
talk to you
heard.
about this morning's NAK broadcast?
I'm all ears.
NAK is totally biased. This morning they tell us squeegee kids suck, and then they tell us what kind of running shoes to buy. It's wrong.
Have you seen the new computers in the Media Immersion Lab? 18 computers, thanks to NAK. In exchange, we show their morning broadcast.
Whatever they want to report? But that's bribery.
No, that's 18 new computers we wouldn't have otherwise. The parents voted for it. And remember, not everyone at Degrassi has a computer at home. But if you feel strongly about it, write an opinion piece. Make sure you get it in by 4 o'clock. Make the Parents' Day edition.
4 o'clock today?
Think you can do it?
tutorial. I just finished.
You're 17 minutes late.
I'm sorry.
The grapevine deadline is 4 p.m. I'm trying to run a professional operation.
Even professional newspapers give extensions. It's 17 minutes.
I suppose I can make an exception for you, but please try not to get used to it. Remember, as editor, I'm only as strong as my weakest link.
Toby's, because we get some depth into his character. We see how traumatized he is with the life he lived when his parents were still together whenever they interact. Having to deal with seeing or hearing your parents argue and fight all the time would mentally take its toll on anyone. And as often as shown with Toby's mom, people who are no longer together are quick to use the kid as a way to attack the other parent. Toby calling them out for it despite his age was good to see.
Nothing's going on.
You don't want me to go to Parents' Day?
I didn't say that.
You didn't need to. Are you doing that badly in school or what? Talk to me, Toby.
Mom called, okay? She wants to go tomorrow.
And she didn't even tell me. You know, that is so typical of your mother. She just wants...
See? You guys can't be in the same room without freaking out.
Toby, we're on much better terms now. It's not like it used to be. So what? You don't want me to go?
I want you to go. And I want her to go. I just don't want the two of you to go there together.
Hey. Come on, buddy. Everything's gonna be fine. No fights. Promise.
Emma's plot is interesting because it's here where her most dominant personality trait of being an activist comes through. She's like Lisa Simpson. Her views on important issues are often progressive and straightforward on paper, but she tends to fail at looking at the nuances in a situation. As a result, can make the situation even worse. In her rage against the NAK kids, she refuses to think about the students who are benefiting from their advertising until she earns ire from Sean's older brother Tracker over her article. It's a complex issue where ultimately the main enemy here is capitalism and classism instead of children like Emma and Sean. A program dehumanizing inner city children as irredeemable criminals and brainwashing students from more privileged backgrounds into thinking the same is bad, especially when they could instead advocate for these children to have better resources so they don't commit public acts of misbehavior. But because they get away with it by giving crumbs to disadvantaged students at the school they're spreading propaganda to, these kids will be too manipulated to call that out and take a stand. How true to real life this is.
All I'm trying to say is that there's two sides to every story. Try to remember that next time.
Ashley and Paige's plot is meh because Paige continues to be a terrible friend about being seriously confronted on it, but after how Terry was treated last episode, it was good to see her at least get one win this school.
What?
Because she's thinking about getting an agent.
Oh, Ashley's getting an agent? I could totally see her on TV.
What? And you couldn't see me?
I didn't say that.
So you think I'd get an agent too, right?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay, so back to my joke. So then the guy goes... Oh, wait, is that the right one? Yeah. No. Yeah. So then the guy...
Emma and Sean's interaction at the end, where Emma apologizes to Sean for not considering his plight only for him to apologize for his brother's reaction. It's obvious that while Emma's privileged attitude can rub him the wrong way at times, he appreciates a girl like her who's strong-minded and stands on what she believes in, opening his own mind up in the process. It's sweet.
I'm sorry, too.
I'm a little outspoken. Runs in the family.
Maybe it's contagious. Did you hear my brother?
Looks like garbage.
It smells like garbage. It's garbage.
Thanks.
Even has an agent. You could totally get an agent.
Heather Sinclair has an agent with that overbite.
See?
I'm not gonna lie, this episode was way lower in my rankings before I rewatched, so I'm gonna have to redo that ranking again on bias order because I have a higher opinion on it now. None of the plots are super exciting, but they're still good. Toby's scenes if his parents were good. Emma's plot tackles some great complexity. And with Ashley and Paige, it was funny seeing their pettiness towards each other over Toby's mom ultimately amount to nothing, and Terry gets everything instead. It gets a silver rating from me. Well, friends, that was my review of Parents' Day. Stay tuned for the
Why don't you
main
start with a 10-page essay on why it's wrong to falsify documents, say by tomorrow morning. All right, you know what? One final thing. Good work yesterday. Your parents should be proud of you. I certainly was.